Today's video is interesting. For the first time ever, I'm pretty much dedicating my video to another content creator. And it's an interesting video to make because I am not sure how to go about this. This is going to be more educational for the viewers than anything, hopefully helping you guys see a couple different perspectives. And I want to try to play both sides of this conversation and kind of help people see the bigger picture for themselves as we go forward. And if you clicked on the video, trust me, I don't try to do clickbaits where I'm like using certain images or certain people to try to get views. That's not what my channel is about. I kind of just spread love, excitement, things that I'm interested in, topics that I like to dive into, just random things to kind of see where it's at. And today in my heart, I saw something crazy that actually really hurt. And I felt like I wanted to share not my hurt, but the lessons that you can take out of this and how you can grow and develop yourself if you're trying to be a content creator. Right? So that's what this topic's about. It's more about how to grow your content, build relationships with brands, know what brand you want to build with. And if they don't want to rock with you, that's fine. Become greater than everybody else and do your thing in your own way. With all that said, let's get into it. So this is what popped up on my Twitter when I opened it up. If you guys know, I have my basketball channel where I just go in there to talk basketball. And Badge Plug is somebody who's been around for a while and has been one of the most consistent YouTubers and one of the biggest as far as actual YouTubers that make NBA 2K content. There's a lot of YouTubers who were kind of like dibble and dabble on 2K, but they're not really 2K creators. But he is the real deal. And I wanted to kind of share some of this. Before I do, note that I'm not his best friend. We're not cousins or related or something. And I don't know him too well. And he can tell you that we interacted a time or two here and there, but it wasn't much. So it's not like I'm here to campaign for him. I'm also not against him either. So just hear this out and we'll go from there. But this is what his tweet was. He says, haven't mentioned it once this year, but I feel like it should be brought up at least once. Funny how it is. I won't get a logo again throughout a whole cycle of the game. No creator build, no logo, nothing. Then he says, we can keep going. Early access, community day, and 2K League. Pretty much he's been denied and declined. I was on a stream when he posted this, and one of my viewers were saying, why does that bother you? That's his problem. And, you know, they were kind of just ranting about, like, who cares? And my thing is that you don't know what it's like to dedicate your life to something and not feel acknowledged or rewarded or given the credit that you deserve. And that's specifically to the viewer who was saying that. I said that to them, but I also explained that like there's a lot of navigation in these creator spaces. You know, some creators do more for the game than some of the managers do. And a lot of people are like, oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, they do. They keep the community engaged all year round with content. And they, you know, build up the game because a casual person might run into a video and say, yeah, let me go buy that, or let me try that, or let me go replay the game because I gave it up 3 months ago. Things like that creators offer. And so Badge Plug, just to be clear, guys, I'm not a fan of him as far as like, I'm not out there watching all his videos. I hardly watch anybody's videos. I don't know nothing about him personally. So I'm not here to, like I said, defend him on a personal note. What I do know, he's been around for a long time and he's been very consistent. And I believe he has over 1 million views. He's, you know, straight up 2K creator. He's not out there dancing with the stars. He's not out there on other games making content the whole time about everything else except 2K. It's pretty much been 2K hardcore. And so out of all the people You would think he might get a logo. You would think he might get a creator build. You would think he might get invited to community day or early access to be able to give feedback. Or even, I believe he was making a push for the league. And again, all the information that I have is somewhat very vague. I'm not out here watching his content every day and thinking, oh my God, he's the greatest. Trust me, that's not my mentality. But you know, I respect and appreciate hard work. I respect and appreciate people who dedicate their time and energy to a product. I'm a creator myself, so I know what it's like. And I feel for him because this is something that I've seen happen to others as well. And he deserves better. And he is a hardcore 2K player that I feel like those are the people that deserve it most. But instead, you got somebody on TikTok who is just like posting nonsense and that has nothing to do with 2K, but they're very popular. And then 2K will invite them to these events. And I'm not here jealous, first of all. You're not talking to somebody who's like, I can't believe they invited them. That's marketing. That's called hustle. It's like, hey, you got 10 million subscribers. Let's go in and put you on my event. I'll do the same thing. If you give me a product right now that I'm selling, I would want all the top tier creators to come and check it out. But I do feel there's some amazing people that deserve the credit that they don't get. And it is frustrating and it sucks and it hurts to see. You know, as far as like, come on, man. So this is where I'm going to get into a little bit of both sides of the story. On one side, as a creator, you're working hard. You're one of the biggest known creators, and people are sitting there, you know, loving you to death more than they love anything. Like, you'll probably pull thousands of viewers compared to like even the companies trying to stream, and they'll get a couple hundred. And so this is something you got to respect. And it's like they ain't getting no love. And the question becomes like under investigation. And as I said, I don't know Badge Plug personally, and I don't know him socially as far as like watching every post he makes or every video. He's talked about it last year on some tweets that I seen where, you know, he might have talked negative, not about the game, everybody does that, but about like some managers or something. And it was just like a back and forth that happened. I actually made a video because I wanted you guys to be inspired by that. And that was just some drama, but it's like ego. Okay. The managers need to stop acting up, and the creator also just be humble and respect each other. And so for me, it wasn't nothing crazy. And I don't think he's ever been outrageously like, and even if he was, you know how many of these guys that I could name, and I'm not going to name not even one, they don't deserve the credit, but name these dudes that are just terrible on stream. They're getting banned from Twitch for doing toxic stuff, and they just consistently are bad influences on people, talking crazy on streams. They get popular and they're millionaires, right? But that don't make them good people. And 2K will still invite them to an event, scan them in the All-Star weekend. No names, but that type of behavior from the company tells you like, hey, they just out here for their paper to a certain extent, and they forgive and forget. And so I believe Badge Plug deserves that credit as well. If you're going to give it to these other guys, why not him as well? And as I said, I'm not sitting here on some Badge Plug promotion, but that's just something that he made me think about, because it's like, damn, like, is it just favoritism? And I don't want nobody to get fired in the management team in NBA 2K. They got to feed their kids, and they're doing the best they can in their situation. Personally, I like the guy Evans. He's been very active. They got the gauntlets every Friday. He's very informative. He's very professional. He's very on point with putting out updates on Twitter, like, and Discord. Like, he's really good with that. And it's not just him. I'm sure Zaro and him work together with the rest of the community managers. But I kind of like those guys. And sometimes they can also be the problem. And what I mean is, like, maybe they really like certain other creators. And that's why you see certain creators, oh, we have 6-time logos, 6-time community day. And it's like, yeah, well, they're friends with the manager. They made friends, which is cool. but maybe that friendship is killing off somebody like Badge Plug who worked for it and built up a community, which isn't easy to do. Um, and that's where I question the manager side. Like I said, I just questioned Badge's side. Like I told y'all, I'm not defending him or attacking him. Maybe he come out crazy sometimes and he say some wild stuff. Like, you know, like all these YouTubers, the conspiracy. They patched my shooting my jumper. They patched, even if stuff that they didn't patch is patched for them. If they miss a shot or they don't, you know, dribble well, or whatever happens bad in the game, it's because the devs specifically patched them. And those conspiracies are hilarious. I love them because I think they're comedy, but they can really spread like wildfire and the community gets toxic. So yeah, maybe Bashful did that. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But what I can say, like I said, he's been on top of his game, making content consistently. I got family members who love his work and love his content. Friends as well are into it. And now the question is like, is it just the managers? Are the managers toxic? As far as like they have ego in the way, they heard one little bad thing that he said. These managers don't know what they're doing, and now they put him on a blacklist. Is that what's happening? Because that's unfair as well, especially when you have actual people that you feature that have been banned from platforms because of their toxicity. You know, and it's one of those things where I've seen managers and I know managers from different companies. I work with them, so I can give y'all the lowdown of like, yeah, you make friends. I made friends with a bunch, and then they've helped me out with opportunities. Hey, I got an opportunity for you, and they'll look for me rather than me looking for them. And that's just a fact. You know, I'm not going to name those companies, but they're pretty big gaming publishers, just like 2K is. And that happens, and that's okay to build that relationship. But where is the line of like, hey, who are we putting on? You know, just last year we got Mike Wayne to follow Badge Plug one time. He came over to one of our spaces, and you know, it was a beautiful thing, and they got to DM each other, I believe, and it was a good moment. I felt really touched, like God was working in people's lives. You know, a simple thing, but a big deal. And so for me, this type of thing is necessary. You know, we gotta be able to support each other and be there in whatever way possible. You know, and for the managers, like being able to give credit where credit's due and show support. And you know, for me, it's more like the long awaited, like finally about time type of thing. If Badge Plug does get the love that he deserves, on that side. If people know something, by the way, leave it in the comments. If you know something about Badge Plug that's negative, let me know. But if you know something positive, also let me know. Like, go in the comments, and I'm ranting here about this because it bothers me when someone dedicates their life to this and there's no return from the companies. You know, and don't get it twisted. Badge Plug is doing well. If you get 1 million subs and you get thousands and thousands of views, trust me, I have 3 YouTube partner channels, and I'll be making some money off of that. And I don't be getting crazy views, and I ain't got 1 million subs right now. So you guys all sub up right now for me ranting for 20 minutes on this problem. But the point is, now I want to get into the other side of the story to hopefully help y'all. Here's the biggest issue. Here's the biggest thing you got to think about. Here's where it all goes down. The biggest thing is, if you're a content creator and you like, oh, I want to get put on. With who? With who? You want to be put on with Playboy? Get naked. Well, guess what? That's something you don't want to do. Well, guess what? Me neither. I'm not into all that. I think we got to save our bodies for our loved one. That's it. But that's just me. So now guess what? I ain't going with Playboy. Let me see. Do I want to go with, you know, an energy drink company when I believe in drinking natural food drinks? Well, no, I can't do that either. So I'm not going to sell myself short. And, you know, same thing with gaming. If y'all know, I got a Metal Gear channel. That's for Metal Gear. The company and me have worked with each other for years. Now, if they don't work with me no more, they can kiss my ass. Simple as that. And y'all can go send us to them. But in the end of the day, I'm gonna still do what I do for that game because I love it. And will I deserve? They don't have logos, they don't have community builds and all that. But in the end of the day, I gotta do me. And so I'm gonna build up my passion, my love, my favorites, and not allow these companies to dictate what I do. And so you gotta decide who you are. You really love 2K? Don't make content just because you want a logo. Don't make content because you want to go to community day. Make content because you enjoy the game and you're going to find success because you're going to work hard, more harder on something you enjoy than trying to force yourself to do something. For that, you could go work construction. If you was going to force yourself to play 2K to try to succeed, you might as well just do construction and get paid more. You get paid a salary, you got your union, whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be hard work either way, but you got to have the dedication to love something personally. And when you do that, the companies can notice. Now, there's truth to a company seeing your stats and saying, damn, this guy can generate a lot of revenue for us. Let's bring him to the community day. Oh, let's bring him to, this, or get him early access. Whatever mentality it is, it's doable as possible because you have the stats to show it. It's like, oh, this person, when they stream, they get 500K. Let's just make believe. It's like, okay, well, they're gonna get a copy early. Who gets the logo? Most likely, only people get the logo that are actually representing the company. So if I get on my stream and I'm just saying the game's trash, the devs are trash every day, they're gonna be like, oh, hold on, man, calm down. And they might still look at me if I got high numbers, but I can't get a logo and be a representative and trash the game all day and become negative. And this doesn't mean that I'm selling out. It just means that you look at people with logos, they'll give constructive feedback. They'll talk about what needs fixing. They'll talk about what they need to do to change things and work things. And they'll give all that information. They're also having fun, making cool videos, streaming, enjoying themselves. And they're showcasing that part of it. And if you can do that, then yeah, a company's willing to say, hey, they deserve a logo. But let's be real here. If I gave you a business, if I said, hey, you're the new owner of Nike, no athletes, nobody's on your brand, who are you going to put on? And it's freaking guy wearing Reeboks, whatever athlete wearing Reeboks, Kawhi Leonard or somebody. Oh, he's not wearing Nike. You're going to put him on there? And he's like, no, I ain't wearing no Nike. I don't like Nike. Nike sucks. You think you're going to go and put this person as a representative with a logo? No. So that's where, understanding business. This is about business. Even if you own your own business, you're not going to just give it up and put people as representatives. Because when you look at community day, when you look at logo builds, they're all about who's a representative, who can be a representative for us as well, on top of the popularity, So doesn't mean to sell out and to act like everything's fine, because that's not the case. You can talk all the negative stuff you want. The developers know they can work on stuff. They know they can fix stuff. That's why the game changes. That's why y'all be mad, because you might like some and then they change it 4 years later. And it's like, damn, bro, they messed up my dribbling. Well, there you go. Well, this year, shooting went crazy with a whole new system. And people hate it. It's been 20 years with the same shooting, or 25 years with the same shooting. It's the first time it's changed ever. So just think about that and, see that the devs are listening. They're trying stuff. They might fail a lot for your taste, but they're trying. And what that means is your feedback is important, but doesn't mean that you're going to talk nasty. And so anyway, that's hopefully a lesson for the viewers and people who are aspiring to be great. You are great already, and who you are is defined by your choices. and no company can give you that. Guys like MyBuilder, for example, I believe showed his worth for the community, and he's doing well. Even though I was hurt by seeing that and feeling like, damn, bro, like I thought this was going to be a year for him because we introduced him to Mike Wayne basically through our space that we were hosting. And it was a touching moment, and still nothing, man. It's crazy, but yeah, don't worry, guys. Another conspiracy is that Batch Plug paid me to say this. Leave it in the chat if you believe that. Batch Plug paid me to make this video. He don't know I'm making this video. I am gonna tag him. Hope he doesn't feel some kind of way about how I was speaking, because I feel like I'm not defending him. I'm not attacking him. I don't know his stories to be able to, actually speak on him as a player or a person, as far as like getting a logo or not. But I just had to kind of try to clarify it to give everybody some type of perspective on this concept and so on. But share your thoughts, share your opinions on all this. Hope y'all enjoy. This is a long one, but I just really had to get it off my chest. Something I feel like every creator needs to know. Like, handle your business, be professional, and do you. But love you guys. Y'all take care. God bless.